American Ninja 4 fucking sucks! It sucks! So, I have all the 4 films, and I do have this one, you know, in my collection. This is the 4th film with David Bradley and Michael Dudikoff in it, and no fuck. I'll just fucking show you the fucking disc. Yeah. American Ninja 4, the Annihilation or whatever. This movie fucking sucks. It sucks. This movie it was completely time waste of me. It was a time waster. This film was nothing but a time waster. This movie was lame. I mean, fight the doubles for Michael Dudikoff, and he's like not 45 minutes in the fucking film, and I just read now, oh, David Bradley tried to convince producers like, I don't know, that he and Dudikoff will be together, but Dudikoff said, oh, I want to be save my day, but you have a stunt doubles, dumbass. This is Michael Dudikoff's worst performance I have ever seen. You know, the 4th movie fucking sucks. This movie is abomination. Yeah, the Annihilation. American Ninja 4, the Annihilation. Fuck this movie. Fuck this piece of trash movie. You know. Now, once again, the first 2 movies, in my opinion, are great. You know, this is my favorite. This is the best one, but this is actually a great sequel. And my favorite, this is my second favorite. These 2 are great executed. Those 2 are great executed. You know. This film, it was, in my opinion, average. Almost good, but Steve James saves the film, so I did not rent this film. Even as a kid, I thought the first 3 movies are actually really good. And I thought that this is a time waster. Average time waster, almost good, but Steve James, rest in peace, saves the film. So I never hated the 3rd one. Even though it got 3.6 IMDb. This garbage gets 3.9, and because Dudikoff is in the fucking film, so let's have now a good film. So now this is better than the first 2 movies. You know, so this is better than 3. Fuck Annihilation. Fuck American Ninja for the Annihilation. You know, it's bad. It's hardly believe this fucking film was in 1990 or was it 1991? Because I don't know. You want to know where the fuck was this film released. But I really regretted for picking this franchise from after the 3rd movie. Even the 3rd movie, you know, I kind of skipped the scenes. This time I didn't skip the scenes. I watched the fucking film. I've watched this fucking film through. Why? Because I forgot. Because it's forgettable, it's boring, it's lame. I call it a lame, boring bullshit. The acting was poorly by everyone. The guy who was the main terrorist was terrible. Not James Booth, the other guy, Ali, I don't know the actor's name. Fuck him, I didn't even write it because I don't give a fuck about the actors. The final fight scene between Super Ninja, I think it was Kelly McCord, between Super Ninja and Michael Dudikoff, but mostly it was disappointing. I don't know who the fuck was fight choreographer, because it was stupid. It was lame. And you can see clearly it's not Dudikoff. It's like many times the like scenes are added and you can see it's not Dudikoff, it's a stunt man for Dudikoff, it's a stunt double. And Dudikoff really sucks in this movie. You know, David Bradley isn't the problem in my opinion. The problem is Michael Dudikoff. Because the asshole wanted to save the fucking day. He isn't 45 minutes, he's not in the fucking film. And I hated it that David Bradley gets a girl on the end. You know, I didn't know that the girl, I think was Robin Steele, the actress passed away. I didn't know that this is actually her last film. She played Sarah, the doctor, the medicine. This movie just fucking sucks. This movie is bullshit, garbage, piece of trash movie. You know, the fourth one. I mean, why the fourth one has to be a bad movie? You know, American Ninja for the Annihilation. I don't know, should not even deserve the title. This isn't right. You know, this isn't right. David Bradley only once uses nunchaku, and this guy, you know, he makes a sword but doesn't fucking use it. He makes a ninja sword but doesn't fucking use it, Dudikov. You know, Michael Dudikov fucking sucks. He's a garbage in this movie. He doesn't save the fucking film. He doesn't save the film. And I love the first two movies. You know, this is from the first movie. Love the first movie. Love the second one. The second one is my favorite. It's actually in my top 3 favorite canon films. You know, if I choose top 3, I would definitely say Cobra, Cyborg, and American Ninja 2, the Confrontation from the canon films. My top 3 definitely. But this film, this fucking film, I mean, the reason I have is because of the collection. The only reason. I'll just show you the fucking disc. I'll just show you the fucking disc while I'm renting this piece of trash garbage movie. You know. Just keep showing you the goddamn disc. This movie fucking sucks. It's pure garbage. It's trash film. It's lame. The fight scenes between Michael Dudikov and whoever it was his opponent. Many of the guys, you can see the people who are dressed as the ninjas were actually more Africans. You can see clearly they mostly were actually black cast, you know. So that explains. Once again, it's in South Africa. But this time it's not in Cape Town. They had to go somewhere else because Dudikov refused to get it back. But somehow he wanted to get back, you know. Steve James is not this movie, thank God, you know. He was in the third movie. And the third movie was not bad movie. I still think it's a fucking time waster. Because the first 2 movies are the only good ones. You know, the third one isn't that great. But this fucking lame, boring piece of trash movie, you know. So it kind of looks like how the Canon Group had a bad films, you know, like almost exactly the rescue mission is almost the same exactly as how you call it, as Delta Force 2 with Chuck Norris. One of the problems that I had with the fucking film is, if you notice at the end of credits, 2 guys are called Seagal and Norris. I mean, by Chuck Norris, a guy is called Norris, and the other one is called Seagal. Without A, he's called Seagal, you know. And people are even stupid. The guys, so the opening scene is supposed to be a mission from the Delta Force, but they have been hunted by ninjas, which I got it. I wouldn't mind if the movie would be like this film, you know, like this film, Hard Target. A man being hunted. If like a whole team will be hunted, I think that story will work well. But no, they decide not to do it. So they put they actually put a Delta Force team in which they actually been hunted by ninjas and been killed like one by one, but 4 of the members have been captured. So now they go and call Sean Davison, David Bradley from the third movie, and he's now a fucking CIA. How the fuck that happened? He's a CIA agent. How the fuck that happens in Sven? And his black partner is supposed to get married, but Bradley calls them, and Bradley goes and calls them, you know. So they both leave, and so they actually both leave, and they have to leave the church, and fuck this movie. Fuck this movie. Fuck this movie. Fuck Dudikov. Fuck this sequel. This atrocious, bad, trash sequel. I don't like this film at all. Fuck this movie, you know. So so now Bradley goes to his superior and says, "Oh, this is not a game. Those are ninjas," you know, because I see the fucking tape. So they go to the Africa or whatever they both go. they meet this kid, Pongo, whatever his name was. And his fucking car doesn't work. They go to the fucking bus. Both the kid and the guy are like arguing over the actors. Marlon Brando and James, I think was Cagney. They both arguing. So they go to the morgue and like they've been now, I don't know how the fuck they even found out, but they've been now hunted by those terrorists, you know, because terrorists are holding the hostage, those stupid members of Delta Force are holding hostage and they're gonna execute them. And those two are actually sent into rescue mission. Sean Davis and his partner, they have been sent into on this country, you know, and somehow they go to this bar, and James Booth plays Mulgrew, the leader, but he works with the other terrorist named Ali. I don't know the actors, I didn't care for it. So there's a few fight scenes with David Bradley, but a few fight scenes doesn't make a good film. So Bradley goes and they became all now buddies, you know, and somehow Mulgrew and his army finds out, they start hunting them. They go to the morgue, they met this chick, Robin Steele, I think was Steele, Sarah, she helps them, you know, and they hide in the morgue, but they don't find them, and so now they go, I don't know, to get to this fortress, and like David Bradley, which is kind of disappointing. David Bradley, he uses bow and arrow and starts shooting ninjas, you know, uses those stars and he fights ninjas. But he, dumbass, and his other three friends, except the kid escapes, they get captured by fucking ninjas. Almost the fucking same story. And Cedric Sandstrom actually directed the film that saying that he did the third one, but this time he didn't wrote it. James Booth, under fake name, wrote the screenplay for this fucking film. You know, this just proved that the same was with Superman 4. You know, what was called the Quest for Peace. The same garbage they sold us. You know, American Ninja 4 is garbage. It's piece of trash garbage, atrocious bad film. So now he's been like captured, but a few fight scenes doesn't save the film. So he's been captured. He goes. So they go to the fortress. They've been now captured. You see Mulgrew killing people. He kills like 2 Americans because he wants to know who they are. He kills this guy with a beard, you know. He actually fought with Bradley in the bar, which I thought was stupid. I don't know what the fuck that asshole was even thinking about doing that. You know, it was just stupid. It was just garbage. So so that actually was, and so now after 45 minutes, actually was 44 minutes, you know, 45 minutes, Michael Dudikoff now is he's still Joe Armstrong, and so I still don't know how Sean Davis know Joe Armstrong, with no explanation. You know, like, they never mentioned Sean Davis in the third movie. They never mentioned Joe Armstrong in the third movie. So how is that possible that Sean Davis knew Joe Armstrong? I don't get it. Or how is Joey Armstrong now like in CIA? He never was in the fucking CIA in the previous entry mentioned it. You know, the character development is terrible. The film is terrible. You know, so ninjas, so what then fucking happened? So this guy goes, visits Joe Armstrong and tells him, you know, so Armstrong is now, I don't know, somewhere in Africa, lives as a school teacher. So he goes back again to Africa, and he chooses assignment. He meets with Pongo, you know, and he goes to this fucking car, and they've been ambushed by ninjas, which I still don't know how the fuck ninjas knew that, but they've been ambushed, and they start fighting, and Michael Dudikoff barely even touched the stuntman's dress in the black suit. He barely touched them. It wasn't even realistic. The fight scenes were terrible. It wasn't even realistic. So he goes in Palm Springs, or how is it called, that African government. And when you see those guys, dressed as like rebels, they all look like from Mad Max 2, the Road Warrior. They all look like barbarians from Humangus, and his dogs. They all look like, like this is now. It looks like the Road Warrior, the apocalyptic world. That's how they were all dressed. And even they're like two girls, but barely they speak on it. And Dudikoff goes, kicks, which is all fake. You can see they barely touch each other. And Dudikoff didn't do at all anything. And the kid says, oh, he can 3 beat of you. But that was stupid. And find out, meantime, by the terrorist camp, we find out they have a bomb. And this asshole just put a bomb. And I was like, what? And the guy was poorly terrible acting. The guy was like, oh, I was just trying to get Steve. Or two soldiers who are actually POWs are smoking joint. What the fuck, they didn't find a joint. They're like smoking fucking joint. The other ones are holding each other hands like they're fucking gay. They're faggots in this fucking film. Another pile garbage was when Dudikoff goes dressed as a black ninja without a face, the same Norris wanted. He goes and rescue mission the fortress through the tunnel. He barely touches a few ninjas. He meets a few guys, and yeah, that was it. He meets Sean Davison, and it's like just like in the third movie that fool me that fucking disguises Michelle Bichan, but at least American Ninja 3 was entertaining. I forgot to mention that in my review. This movie was not entertaining. So Dudikoff like, oh, Sean, it's me. How the fuck you know Dudikoff, David Bradley, when you never met him in the previous entry? And yeah, and the guy keeps saying, fight you, keeps whispering like an asshole he is. And Dudikoff goes, kicks the guy's ass with a lame music. Barely was any music in the fucking film. This movie fucking atrocious sucks. It sucks. This movie fucking sucks. It sucks. No, this movie fucking sucks. American Ninja 4 The Annihilation sucks. It sucks. This movie is terrible. It's stupid. This movie was stupid. And I know some people like the film, some people hate the film. I hate this film. It's not the worst one in my opinion, the entry. That would be number 5, which I'll get into it. But this was definitely there. Definitely the worst one. Definitely the worst one. Atrocious bad film. So Dudikoff kills the guy, he stabs him. Wait a second. Wasn't that actually the second movie, if I remember that scene? I think they copied the scene from the second movie, or was it the third movie? I can't remember. But when Dudikoff goes, and turns the knife around and stabs Sean Davison, which was actually some Chinese with a fucking disguise. And when he stabbed him, I think that was in the third movie. That was in the third movie, or was it the second movie? I can't remember. In which I think it was in the second movie. That scene was copied for the second movie when Dudikoff goes and stabs the guy, the ninja. He goes and stabs him. I remember when Michael Dudikoff goes and visit what was that girl's name in the second movie? I forgot. Sambi. I can't remember. I can't remember right now her fucking name. Fuck her anyway. And when he goes and visits that woman, to find out the Blackbeard Island, and there's like a ninja and tries to stab Dudikoff. Dudikoff turns around, stabs him, and this is the same thing he did with Sean Davison in disguise, stabs him the same way, and we see Dudikoff's face. So yeah, after Dudikoff kills the guy and takes that stuff on it, says Cobra Dera. Fuck you, Michael Dudikoff. Fuck you for this movie. yeah, I'll get disliked because people like this film. I don't like this film. It's atrocious, shitty movie. It's a piece of shit movie, garbage. You know, it's a nothing but waste of garbage. You know, they completely lost it with this movie. The story wasn't the terrible, wasn't that great. It wasn't that well executed. You know, if it would be like this movie, you know, this movie, Hard Target, one of my personal favorite action films, it wanted to be that fucking bad, you know. But yeah, that fucking happened. Fuck this movie. Fuck the fourth movie. Fuck this movie. You know, fuck this movie. So, like, this guy just want to kill himself. What the fuck? The guy goes, you know, he says we're gonna put the bomb in the New York, but with a helicopter. I don't know how the fuck you're gonna fly with a helicopter from African country to America. How the fuck you gonna do that? You know, and I don't think you even get clear in it, damn best. And he goes and activates bomb and wants to kill both of them. And when James Booth asked him, by the way, rest in peace James Booth, but when he asked him, oh, I was just trying to make this thing, I was like, what kind of joints, what the fuck were you smoking, you dumb ass? It was just stupid. And so Dudikov goes, convinces rebels, they go, they start fighting, they all go, they start fighting those bad people, you know, and I don't get why the fuck are ninjas running away from the enemies, you know. In the third one they didn't do it, in the first two movies they didn't run away. In this movie they're like, run away, fucking ninjas are running away from the rebels, you know, who look like the Road Warriors, you know, from Road Warrior, you know. I mean, like, what? They look like war fucking dogs, and ninjas are running away. I mean, fuck, why the fuck are running away? I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get this fucking film. You know, this is even worse than the third one. You know, and I didn't rent the third one, but this movie, fuck you, this movie, fuck you, Dudikov. You know, fuck Michael Dudikov. Fuck him. You know. So yeah, so Dudikov goes, and then I go and burn one of the soldiers, and he gets killed. And Dudikov goes, saves Sean, saves those soldiers, stars. He goes, and by the way, the fight scenes, I still don't get it. They're like Joe and Sean and the other man and that girl, they get surrounded, and they actually go in the bars, hiding each other when the rebel shows up, and then they go to fight those ninjas. And when Michael Dudikov and that guy who plays Super Ninja are fighting each other, you can see clearly for many stunts, for the fight scenes, it's not Dudikov, it's a stuntman. It's his stunt double. I mean, why the fuck is a stunt double for Michael Dudikov for the fight scenes? I want to stand if it were dangerous, if it actually would have been a dangerous, dangerous stance, you know, I will get it. But as fight scenes for Michael Dudikov, that he's barely like 2 minutes in it, it's just really disappointing. And many also when Dudikov puts the mask on it, you can see clearly that wasn't Dudikov. Once again, it was a stuntman. And what the fuck was with his yellow costume? Why the fuck was he wearing a fucking yellow costume without any mask? Why the fuck was he wearing a yellow costume? He's like a yellow fucking ninja now? It's just fucking stupid. This movie was fucking stupid. You know, it was terrible. It was a waste of my time. It wastes my time. You know, I lost nothing but time watching this film, you know. I lost nothing but time watching this fucking garbage film, you know. Fuck this film. Definitely the worst of the franchise, you know. Fuck this film. American Ninja 4, the Annihilation. I don't know what the fuck is the Annihilation called, you know. And it would actually be really good if those people would have been hunted through the whole movie by ninjas. I would like that. But no, they had to do a fucking rescue mission. and Dudikov has to act like Norris. But the most terrible is that two men are called Norris and Segal in this fucking film. And what's so bad about this atrocious bad film is that it's it's just lame stunts, And this guy Ali tries to escape, and this black guy uses he doesn't even aim, but he uses that Russian rocket launcher, which is impossible to hit, but he goes and hits only to make an explosion, or the other bad guy gets blown to pieces, which is stupid. Or Dudikov barely touches Super Ninja, then throws a smoke bomb and explodes and he gets killed. Or and then Michael Dudikov's like a fucking blue jeans and says, Sean, you can find me in school. Fuck you, Michael Dudikov. Fuck you, Dudikov. I only paid this fucking film for the collection. Only take it for the fucking collection. But this movie was atrocious bad. It was a bad movie. It was a terrible movie. But the fight scenes for Michael Dudikov are stunt doubles. That can't be. I understand it would be a dangerous stunt. But the stuntmen for fight scenes for Michael Dudikov are fucking insane. And what the fuck happened? He's scared. He's supposed to have blonde hair. He didn't even dye blonde hair. He didn't act like he was in the first two movies. Shitty lame music, shitty direction, poor acting, poorly paced film, and poorly acting, terrible villains. Or Michael Dudikov dressed as a fucking priest, and he acts like, I'm gonna be son, and he goes and he barely touches the guy. And he goes and puts him to sleep. He's dressed as a fucking priest in this movie. Why the fuck is Dudikov dressed as a fucking priest? I really regret reviewing and watching this franchise. I really regret, After the first two movies, I'm done. I'm never gonna watch this film again. No, I'm not gonna do it. If I'll do it, I only watch the first two movies. That's it. Maybe the third one, because I like the music score by George S. Clinton. But also George S. Clinton has been replaced. No Steve James in the movie. No one for the first two movies return. No George S. Clinton, no Steve James, no Sam Furstenberg that did a great job directing the first two movies. Nothing happened, Nothing happened by this movie. Nothing. The fight scenes are terrible. They're fake. They're unrealistic. And just because Bradley is dressed as like a ninja, but he isn't like a fucking ninja, and uses bow and arrow and shoots a few ninjas, doesn't make a good movie. Or the final scene when he fights James Booth, barely touches him. James Booth put a lot of fight in that movie. Pray for that. He played that psychotic killer, Limit House Willie. But he put more effort, more fight. Even stuntman with Shokusugi, he put more fight and more effort in this movie. And the most disappointing was David Bradley's little kick, in the face. I'm surprised that David Bradley, even he did his own stunts, but Dudikov didn't. He wanted to be a star, but he's barely in the fucking film. He isn't the fucking film. And it wasn't the biggest problem, wasn't David Bradley. To me, it was Michael Dudikov the biggest problem. Because he showed up in the middle of the film after 45 minutes. And why the fuck is he started building when he wasn't in the fucking film at all? He was missing for 45 minutes. He was barely 30 minutes in the fucking film. Oh, so now Sean Davis gets a fucking gun on the hand. They hold hand each other. Or these two guys, are like soldiers, but they're smoking fucking joint. The other two holding hand each other because it's gonna be executed. How the fuck are smoking joint, those two soldiers? It's just stupid. Or the terrible, poorly performance by the guy who plays Ali. Oh, I was just trying to measure. Oh, fuck you. It was terrible. The villains were terrible. The acting was poorly, was terrible. The pacing was terrible. It was slowly pacing. It was atrocious bad film. You know, all the, I don't know what the fuck were smoking. What kind of joints were smoking these people? You know, fuck this atrocious bad film. Fuck this film. Fuck Michael Dudikoff. Fuck Dudikoff. Fuck Cedric Sandstrom. Fuck this film. Fuck the shitty lame music score. You know. Once again, these two films were well executed. They were well executed. This movie was a time waster, but I'll take it, you know. I don't like it, but I'll take it. But yeah, this is the best one. Probably people's favorite, you know. This is my favorite. This always gonna be my favorite. I'm never gonna change my opinion on American Ninja 2, the confrontation, you know. But this is my favorite. This is actually my favorite. It's the best one in my opinion. This is my second favorite. These two are the best one. Those are my favorite movies. This one, I'll still say, I'll take it. You know, I'll take it. But the fourth one, the next entry that I'll actually rent, definitely I'll rent that movie more, because I'll have to watch it now, because I don't have the goddamn thing, you know. But I do have this film. Michael Dudikoff barely is Michael Dudikoff in the fucking film. He barely is in the fucking film, you know. He barely is in the fucking film. He barely is a sword. He only uses twice sword. He goes just like Rambo did, but Rambo at least used his mini machete. This asshole didn't. You know, he makes a fucking sword, but he didn't use it. Why the fuck was he making a sword? Why? When he was not using it in the fucking film. And they're like some white ninjas dressed, you know, in a helicopter. But why the fuck the guy who was even, why he was making a sword, but they didn't use it then? Why was Dudikoff making a sword, sharpen a sword, you know, you can see it in the movie, but doesn't use it, you know? This is what I don't understand about this film. I don't get it. I don't understand this film. I just don't get this film. I don't understand this fucking film. I just don't get this fucking film, you know? I don't get this fucking film, you know? Someone explained to me why Michael Dudikoff was sharpening a sword, you know, to prepare for the battle, but then doesn't even take the sword with him, doesn't even use the sword. I just don't understand this, you know. And the fight scene between Super Ninja and Dudikoff was terrible, poorly paced. You can see that that camera sweeps and edits the scenes that you see Dudikoff, but it was a stuntman. Mainly it was nothing but a stunt double for him. It was just a stuntman in it, you know. And I mean, stunt doubles, you know, for the fight scenes for Dudikoff, that was terrible. I mean, who the fuck was even a martial artist choreographer? I just don't get it, you know. And I don't think that this movie is a time waster. I don't think that this movie is a time waster. I think it's just a piece of trash film, you know. But the first three movies I'll take it, but this is just bad movie. I mean, atrocious bad movie. It has plot holes. It's like I would got it. I would rather see like this movie, you know. This movie that I love to death, Hard Target, you know, people being hunted. I would love to see people being hunted. I would love to see that, you know, people being hunted. I would love to see that, you know. I would love to see that Michael Dudikoff and David Bradley will fight back to back. They don't even fight back to back in this fucking film. You know, they're actually, by the finale, after 1 hour, 30 minutes, they just met, you know. Dudikoff and Bradley just met. And I just read it now that Bradley tried to convince them, but no, Dudikoff wanted him to be the hero on his own, but to be a superior fighter. He wasn't a superior fighter. He didn't know how to fight. He was a loser in this movie, you know. And he barely touched the Super Ninja, barely. Super Ninja barely did anything in the fucking film. And I don't get why we're like red ninjas, blue ninjas. What the fuck is this costume? What the fuck is Michael Dudikoff in yellow costume dressed? You know, what the fuck is doing in a yellow costume? Shitty direction, poorly paced film. It gets 3.9 IMDb, but the third one gets 3.6. You know, this movie gets 3.6 IMDb. I don't get it. I don't think so. This is even worse than third one. You know, the third one wasn't that bad. You know, David Bradley wasn't that great. You know, after or being a star, but Steve James was the best. But Dudikoff cannot say this film. You know, and everyone who rents this film, everyone who hates this film is correctly. You know, I don't get it. How is this movie better than the third one? How is this better than the second one? You know, Dudikoff's barely in the film. He didn't do almost anything in the fucking film. I just don't get it. You know, the movie's like 90 minutes long, but I don't get this film. You know, another lame, shitty canon film. Do I think this is actually worse than Superman 4 The Quest for Peace? No, that is worst one. Watch my review. I almost cried over that movie, how bad it was. You know, but another canon shitty product that they sold it. No wonder they bankrupt and they actually were in financial trouble for making that kind of lame shitty movies. You know. The first two ninjas are great. I would definitely say they're great. The second one is my favorite. If I go by canon films, you know, I'll definitely say my favorite will be Cobra. Second favorite, definitely Cyborg. 3, I'll say American Ninja 2, The Confrontation, because I love the film. Maybe 4, Over the Top, because I'm a huge Stallone fan. You can see I just put Rambo First Blood in it. I kind of took off Demolition Man, but put First Blood in it. I had it for a while, First Blood. But number 5, probably Death Wish 3. Definitely, I would say Death Wish 3. 6, definitely Kickboxer, you know, if I had to rank it. The canon movies. 7, Bloodsport. Because I love Jean-Claude Van Damme, you know. I'm a huge fan of Van Damme, huge fan of Stallone. So you know that, you know, so you can see posters. I'm a huge fan of those two guys. But yeah, but this is the biggest problem was always, you know, the story, the pacing, the fight scenes with the Dudikoff was disappointing. It was lame. It was just disappointing. You know, it's just waste of my time. I just wasted my time. 1 hour, 40 minutes, and I regret it that I'm never gonna get it back. You know. But yeah, I got it. People like this film. I understand. People like this film. They probably think that the first edition is the best one. You know, I got it. It's not for everyone. But like I said, these two movies were well executed. These two movies weren't just well executed. This was terrible executed. This was poorly executed, but still James saved the film. George S. Clinton music saved the film, in my opinion. This movie, Dudikoff could not save the film because he wasn't that much in the film. Because the fight scenes are terrible, the villains are weak and terrible. Stuntmen for Dudikoff is actually lacks in the film. It's disappointing. Dudikoff should have done his own stunts, his own fights, you know. Or when he puts the mask, you can see he's a stuntman. And Dudikoff wasn't that much in the fucking film at all. And what the fuck was his yellow costume, you know. I just don't get this film. Anyway, I'm actually done with this film. This is the rant on American Ninja 4, the Annihilation. I think it's 1990 or was 1991. I'll just say 1990. Doesn't feel like American Ninja movie at all. Doesn't feel like American Ninja. They bring back Dudikoff, but Dudikoff did not save the film. He actually make it worse. I think it should be David Bradley then the star, since I don't know why, what the fuck was Dudikoff top building, you know. The only reason they put it on is they actually sold the products in the fucking film so they could got money, you know, because they were in financial troubles. But this was just a lame excuse of a film, atrocious bad movie, sluggish, terrible, garbage, trash movie, whatever you want to call it. It's just terrible. Anyway, that's my rant on American Ninja 4. I have to watch tomorrow the 5th one, which I'm going to review the 5th one tomorrow. Actually, it's going to be another rant on that movie. But anyway, that's my rant on American Ninja 4, the Annihilation. And thanks for watching. Take care, and I'll see you soon. I'm out. Peace.